at the chorus or the most appropriate place to fade because there's a rhythm to everything. So always listen to the beats, always listen to the rhythm before you hit your play. Please don't do what you did for Freshly Pressed this morning because my chest hurts.
Okay.
Thank you. Not even the tweets. You see, you didn't even notice when you played the background, our bed. We played the bed over the end of this thing, so it sounded like a hot freaking mess. Well, thank you very much. Okay.
Studio.
And a good morning to you, Lagos. You're tuning and listening to Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. Welcome inside the locker room today. In the studio, Kayode, how you feeling?
Awesome. It's great to be back. Good to have Tega once again in the studio. Welcome back from Asaba.
Thank you.
Really came through with Asaba.
I can't shout. I have to be. I have to be proud of my tournament. It was not easy.
No.
Have you met world class athletes before? I have. Don't talk to me anyhow.
In fact, don't let me fight you because my Caster Semania signature. You do not come back with our autograph.
You have to talk.
My dome before.
The title, the meter of world class athletes.
Good.
Lagos, as we get and that's most of your messages to us this morning because we're able to see messages in a very quick and very easy airwaves. Of course, you can also drop your comments on our live stream. Just go to youtube.com/smooth981fm Lagos. It's that simple. But now let's jump into the first set of stories for this morning.
Okay, we'll start with the NBA, and NBA players defend LeBron James after President Donald Trump's tweet. Now, LeBron James hasn't responded to a shot about his intelligence from President Donald Trump.
And he was not. Sorry,
Yes.
carry on.
But the Hall of Famer Michael Jordan and fellow NBA players took to Twitter to defend him. Now, Trump took aim at James in a tweet on Friday night, days after an interview with CNN's Don Lemon, aired in which the Los Angeles Lakers star said he felt that Trump was using sports to kind of divide us. And, he said sports has never been something that divides people. James said that it's always been something that brings people together.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start from the backdrop. So, LeBron opened a school for at-risk students can't afford, that may not be able to books, free uniforms, free everything. Even the parents are going to get. Donald Trump was talking to the NFL owners about anybody that protests or kneels, and then the NBA, and then he also spoke to the NBA. And so LeBron is saying, look, at the end of the day, since you became president, nobody's been going to the White House. Like every team that wins usually goes to the White House, but in your president, everybody's just rejecting you like a bad habit. So he's bringing division, and of course, Donald Trump watches TV a lot, and then he started tweeting. So what made this interesting was that he tweets an insult, and the next day Melania says, "It's a wonderful thing. I'd love to visit. I promise." So it's like there's a division in that house. It's not just in the world. It's
not today this division started. I mean, but I mean, it's no. Look, anybody who is a Trump watcher knows that he starts doing this thing when things tend not to be going well with him anywhere else. He finds something that he feels that he can just lash out on, and then people start talking about that. They take their eye off the ball, and then he gets away with whatever the problem was in the first place. It's a non-issue, and I'm glad that LeBron hasn't descended into that arena with him. What's interesting for me is that there was one time a certain Marshall Mathers, Slim Shady, threw down on a certain Donald Trump, and the guy did not even utter pim.
No. We know what that's colorism. But he also tweeted, I like Mike. Mike was like, I like James.
And also, let's not forget that in 2015, those embarrassing tweets came out where Donald Trump had been trying to get LeBron James' attention for a long
Yeah.
time, but because they didn't answer him,
You know, he toasted him, he
yeah.
didn't agree. So now,
yeah. Sorry, Stan. Sorry. Let's move on now. We've got lots of messages coming in. A big shout out to those who are already tweeting. We see you. Hashtag LockerRoom981. Let's go to Asaba 2018. Now, after 5 days of events, Kenya topped the medals table of the 21st African Athletics Championships. But it was a close call as South Africa and Nigeria put up a very good fight till the very last minute. So Kenya, who came with a strong team, won a total of 11 gold, 6 silver, and 2 bronze medals, while South Africa won 9 gold, 13 silver, and 8 bronze medals, and Nigeria settled for third place with 9 gold, 5 silver, and 5 bronze medals.
Asaba, my Asaba. Okay, so I must confess, I had the most fun in Asaba. It was a ball.
You don't mean it.
You
Came back here with jacket.
Hi.
Only yourself.
I couldn't be. Even the air was smiling to me. But on the Sunday, as a Sunday morning, South Africa was top in medal table. South Africa came here to win. They came here with a team. They came here to do and undo. I remember the sprinters. Akani Simbini says, "Oh, that we've been working to be the fastest man in the world." He came fourth at the Olympics, or fifth.
That's so harsh.
But in Africa, he's strong. So that's what it is. So he comes to Asaba, and South Africa finishes first, second, third, 100 meters. Our boy finishes something else. So on the medal table, it looked like South Africa were going to win. They were doing everything. Pole vault was amazing. They looked like they were going to take it all. And then Kenya, the Kenyan journalist said, "Oh, but we haven't started the long distances." And that's when I knew that this guy said, "Tega, we are here to take everything." And so Kenya won this medal table with 19 medals, but 11 of them were gold. South Africa is second with 30 medals. Only 9 of them were silver. But a lot of South Africans, and this is what is interesting about championships. The South Africans came there, the Kenyans came there, and their one mission was, we want to enter as many international competitions as we can and try to improve our races, which is what we don't understand. We just think that we're going to every competition to win everything. They are there to compete and see how ready they will be for maybe the World Championships and the Olympics. Ultimately, so I mean, my mind, I had a small mind shift when I understood what it was. They're like, anywhere there is a championship, take us to Zambia for us. We are going to compete. Let's just compete and see how good our team is. And so South Africa, by their relay, they had 2 good teams. Their team B beat our team A in the heat. So it wasn't a question of.
And you know, we were having a conversation on Twitter about this whole need to change mindset. Strategy, a change in strategy is really about mindset, and this mindset problem percolates from in all aspects. It's not just about organization of events. It's really about the ultimate aim of participating in this event. What do you want to get out of it? Is it really all about just winning? We're not saying go there and participate just for the heck of participating, but have an end game. What is the plan?
What's the plan?
Not just running Esther code and things like that, or say people follow that stuff.
Are we growing people? Let me give you an example. You remember that time we were quarreling about trials and all that we didn't hold trial? Do you know a lot of American-born Nigerians were half our contingent because we didn't do anything to grow.
Trials.
We didn't peak. We didn't. So ultimately, we are not even the world championships will be next year. We'll still carry.
Wasn't this how we lost Joshua?
Is it today?
This is how we lost. They lost. Yeah, you only know Joshua because he's winning.
Very soon we'll lose Fresh Breeze.
Meanwhile, we got messages coming in. Ade says, "Mita call fish and meet Okay, while we've got Ugo from VI who does address her by title, says, "Dear Mita of world-class athletes, are you prepaid or post-paid?" I said, "Shasha, welcome back to Lagos, and I'm happy to hear from you since we can't see, since we couldn't see that it was a good event." Talking about what happened in Asaba. While we got this in from Shay, who says, Folu, thank God Asaba 2018 is over. We have a lot of positives despite the wahala, but it's the first time ever that medals will be rewarded with money.
Yeah.
And Chelsea and Sari, let me warn you this season, don't try me at all. Tega, how was Asaba? Your outfit today is basky.
Yeah.
She came dressed as an Asaba girl.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I will be back in just a few seconds after this break, so keep listening. It's Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1.
No, she's not dressed as a computer. Where's the?
No, they gave me the Kojan. They gave me a Kojan.
Yes, now that's how we know that you went to Asaba now.
They killed somebody. Oh,
And do it
it
for the
was
second ad
was
break
mad.
as well,
Those
so you don't
Kenyan
forget.
Tega. We came here for something. Say,
Okay,
when
because-
we were at the
Play the
airport,
background
say,
music
Tega, you know
again. Why did you stop
how
it?
many flights that
Okay,
Kenyan Airways have? We would have flown
Normally,
back.
I always
So
put
we
it here.
came to compete.
So
We have
as
to
in
know our
for all the
voice.
other shows, just start.
So
once
I
you
was
just go in, it just
when they
starts.
told me
Better if you
when
just leave
South
it
Africa
on
was
the
they say
side.
long
Because
distance.
it's a continuation, it's not
That's
it's fresh new
this
stuff.
guy. And true, it was long distance on the last day that they swept.
That's
Yes,
their
now.
forte. You know, nobody. But the thing with them is that in other events, even like the 400s and all that stuff, they're actively getting people.
Yeah, they
in
said
there.
they-
And then even field events now.
Yeah, they started to grow their 400 and I saw them 4x100 meters women. They were fast. So they started to get other events, but they know Kenya, but they know that their strength is in long distance.
Yeah.
So they now have a 400 distance
But they're
runner,
now working
800
on
meters,
everything else.
and they're
They've established that they don't have a problem in that
Yeah.
one.
It's
It's now
just-
how can we get
sprint.
better everywhere? In our own case, we used to be good with
used
the
to conquer the
sprints
sprints.
in the 400. Now we're rubbish at everything.
you
All
know,
round rubbish.
you know who was training?
people are
You
just
know who
really
was
better
training?
now.
You know who was training? Sprint. Blessing.
Training who?
Sprint. Blessing.
So, Kabari.
She was walking, showing running 100 meters. Went to was 400 meters.
So it's
It's
just
just 200 now.
So it's just 200. His start is 2 and 100 meters is long enough for it to catch up.
Catch up, yeah.
And they couldn't work on the start because that's how he learned his start.
Yeah.
So by the time he
Too
went,
far gone,
the
too
chicken don't
No sex.
he don't
Don't
set.
mature.
So he has 200. So she was the one telling them the technicals. Blessing. Let's see running.
Okay, studio.
Mike's up.
Looking at the French women's senior women's team, and you can already see the world class. And then you're looking at this junior team, and you hear the teams they're playing for Olympic Lyon, and they're talking about, oh, she was the breakout star for Olympic Lyon. She scored so goals, and you're wondering where your girls coming from, where your league is suspended. You know, you can't begin to imagine what they're building. But our first game is Germany. We'll play Haiti next, so I can almost
We can
guarantee
almost
that
sail
that's 3 points. But we face China in our third match. So it's not like it's an easy group for us. Haiti is just like a break, like vacation before the real tournament
So you
starts.
say that now, hate the prizes you.
No,
No, girls
if
will.
we hate it, we will deal with Haiti. But today the match is at 12:15, I think. So you guys should. It's 12:15 or 1:15.
12:30.
No, just check your TV around that time.
Anyone, in all honesty, who had seen the chaos in Chelsea with Conte being there, is he there? Isn't he there? What was the length of time it took for them to get Sarri in, Abramovich being away because he's had these visa dramas. It's all just congregated to make the mess, shall we say, or the difficulties. Let's not call it a mess. The difficulties that Chelsea is currently facing, and that was clear on the field. There hasn't been enough investment in the squad. I think it's only Jorginho that's come in. There's turmoil. There's indecision at the
Yeah,
moment.
Courtois
with,
leaving.
Thibaut Courtois.
It's
We
Willian
don't know
leaving.
if Willian is going. We're not sure if Real Madrid is going to come in for Eden Hazard, and whether and who is going to go in there. They've tried to they tried to import the rest of Italy into Chelsea, but that hasn't worked so far. Higuain decided to go to AC Milan. So all of that, and then the lack of, in my opinion, insufficient preparation. This preseason hasn't probably been the best that Chelsea can have, and that's translated. It's not too late for them to turn things around. It was always going to be difficult getting a new manager with a different philosophy. That doesn't come far too late in the
as a
With a bigger
competition.
cost.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a few messages very quickly. I'm going to get through before we move on to our next stories. Biggie from K2 says, Tega, that made big stars or meter of big. What was that type? We'll come back to
Meter
that
of
title.
world class athletes.
There you go. Welcome back from Asaba. Amazing athletes at Asaba. Blessing Okagwari did a good job with her team. Any marathon race in our country, we have to keep the Kenyans and Ethiopians away. Now only them go give marathon gift. Question. People should go and run Obudu. Come on, the time is coming now. And we got this from Sherif Oluwaleke Akimbi from Lagos Island. He says, Mita Waya Kebo Tega, you have done us proud with your wonderful reporting from Asaba. I hope they gave you a medal.
No.
Well done, sis. No, jacket.
They gave me jackets. Yeah.
Jacket. Yeah. Bruta. That's a message just for you, Brutalistics. And Chima B. Victor from Asaba says, kudos to Team Nigeria for finishing third in the medal table, despite poor preparation and getting the much needed support from the red beret man who calls himself our sports minister. Lots of chastisement coming through. Okay, but let's move on now to our next story.
Okay, so the special one is talking. He says that's Jose Mourinho, by the way. Jose fears Manchester United are in for a difficult season if he's unable to add to his squad before Thursday's deadline. But is it just me? But
Keep reading. Finish. We are getting there.
it says my CEO knows what I want for quite a while now. Mourinho said he knows what I want. I know what he tries to do. He tries to do the best for me, and I still have a few days to wait for what is going to happen.
Give me money.
And the other clubs whom I compete with, who compete with us, are really strong and have fantastic squads like Chelsea, City, or they're investing massively like Liverpool. They're buying everything and everybody. If we don't make our team better, it will be difficult for us this season.
It's even going to be twice as hard. Let me tell you, I've said this before. Manchester needed a clean out from the last season of Alex Ferguson, if you ask me, a total clean out. But they have been trying to buy. The problem with Manchester United is two things. Number one, it's Manchester United. If you say Manchester United wants you, the price will go from 40 to like 80. Number two, the kind of player he likes to buy, doesn't like to build squad players. And he's going, yes, the players you have are good enough. Are they good enough to compete with Manchester City? No. Are they good enough to compete with Liverpool the way they have steadily built? No. So I agree with him on one part. Look, he needs to get in players, and players have not come in. And he has only till Thursday. Truth be told, he needs players. There is no, you can say yes. So he's going to have to find that much. Juventus again, and if there is good money, Rolla will move here. The player needs to go. So there is a distraction in his squad, and there is not enough buys. It's a big problem. But be that as it may, is Manchester United that he's the coach of or the manager of, and he's Jose Mourinho. They will expect miracles from him. So he's complaining in the wrong place. That's the club with the biggest expectation. Their fans have an entitlement. Yeah, their fans have an entitlement spirit that we run something. So we have to back it up with the trophy. Sad one that his bosses are not buying.
We've got a few messages coming in still. Ryder Remy up on Twitter, Manchester's Red, says we don't even have a shot on target versus Bayern, and we're still parking the bus in friendly match, and Moyes' season is here again. Rashford with number 10. While Nathan Njoku says the EPL season starts on Friday for good football and proper entertainment. Watch Man Liverpool and sometimes Arsenal. Follow Fulham and Wolves today by 2 is possible, and time is match. Please.
Well, 1:15 is Central African time. Or do you understand Nigerian? Yeah.
Well, Ella from Akoka says, O'Shea turning things around. Take away your mat. See you for Asaba. You was in my timeline. Is this how you are? To say, Jose, please. I beg you, please make Chelsea keep being called from the board to the field, and I beg Arsenal need to get back.
That's not proper.
Well, Sharif and that has been the bane of his managerial career. I think that this is his last season at Man United. Ooh.
Possibly.
He'll probably part ways.
Okay, well, that's it. Is all we can.
To the final story,
Yes.
talking sports inside the locker room.
Sorry. 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 I thought we were done.
That was fun.
Is there
No,
anything that's
you'll be fine. They've not bought one player.
Get that guy.
Manchester United already needed 5 players. I thought it for me, what the board is doing, do your buys.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys, we're back
sit
in
down.
studio. Mics are up. And we're back in. Welcome. We're still talking sports inside the locker room, and it's just in time for our final story for this morning. Now, Sevilla have agreed a £9.3 million fee. Barcelona re-signed Spanish Vidal. Now, the 28-year-old played 49 games for Barca, scoring 4 goals after signing from Sevilla in 2015. Now, Vidal won 2 La Liga titles, 3 Copa del Rey's, the Spanish Super Cup, the Club World Cup, and European Super Cup in his time at the new camp. And he leaves a day after Barcelona reached an agreement to sign Arturo Vidal from Bayern Munich.
Barcelona. So they bought, I'm telling you, they bought that guy for about 20 something million and now they're selling him for 9. Chai. And the guy didn't even watch. Half of his time was spent in the clinic. But what it is that they needed to push out some players and they're doing some buys. Had some good buys, but the buys that they have, I don't think they will stay for more than a season or 2. This is my problem with Bartomeu. So they've now become Real Madrid and Real Madrid have become Barcelona. Because it used to be Barcelona buying the younger players and grooming them in their way. Now it's Real Madrid buying younger players. Arturo Vidal, how many seasons will he really give you? So yes, even if they do this season with that team, it looks a little solid, a little more solid than it did last season. Even if they do win the La Liga again and maybe the Copa del Rey again, they're going to have to do more buys over and over again. So Bartomeu has been a horrible president. I don't know how else to say it. Words I can't even use on morning radio or any radio at all. But he needs to go. But you look at the buys, say yes, they're making their squad strong, but for how long? And what is the business intention behind it? So it's good news, but it's sour news at the same time.
All right, let's see if we can take a few of the messages just before we round up.
This one here says from Big T, Jose Mourinho, I'm guessing he did not get much baby love as a kid. He complains like a fat kid. Wow. At dad camp and, well, just play ball.
Okay.
This is from Big T. Okay, this one says, congrats to Man City for getting the job done against Chelsea. Though I wasn't surprised that they silenced Sarri because the only thing the man knows how to do best is to... This is from Victor. And also, as Chelsea and Manchester United fans prayed for Arsenal in the last 2 seasons, so do we return the favor. They are
Take
taken
it together.
and pouring over. And this is from Ayo.
I feel like going a bit biblical there.
And finally, Bash from Yaba says, Tega, why was the media reporting of the Asaba Athletics so negative? Mourinho is absolutely right. The best coach, Pep, likes to buy the top of the shelf. He has never done any magic with normal players. Let him complain because he will take the blame when things get bad.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. On that note, we're pretty much done talking sports inside the locker room. A big thank you to Tega Onojaife, aka Tega Supreme, aka Tega Demeter of world-class athletes. Thank you very much. A big thank you to Brutalistics for coming in. Brutalistics, we need to figure out a longer title to match this meter and greeter here.
No, just meter of the Great Dome.
Meter of the Great Dome. There you go. I like that. I like that too. And Lagos, you are the meter of a smooth 98.1. Keep listening right here because coming up in the final hour of Smooth Breakfast between 9 and 9:40, we're going to be talking about how economic reforms have taken a backseat to the politicking going on in the country right now. And then, of course, at 9:40, we'll be switching lanes to talk a little bit about money inside Alat 101. Keep listening to Smooth 98.1.
Wow.
Music, right?
But this is what will
Because that
happen
takes
now
you to
when you
51.
separate kids from their parents.